Hello Pisces, and welcome to your June 2023 reading. So, I meditated on your energy, and this month, Pisces, you're facing something that's gonna be a good clearing for you, but you come in the month kind of very bombarded in a way. I don't know if it has to do with Saturn, where in his placement and your ruling house and all of that, but something is pushing here. You come in the month, you have the Two of Cups in reverse and the Strength in reverse. And that is when certain connections or misconnections or people that they're not giving the best reflections of themselves to us is making you react because it's hitting bang right your programming, okay, right at the beginning. But this is so that you can spot him, Saturn. You can spot the half-truths you bought that kind of limit what you can experience here. We have the World, we have the Hermit, and the Devil. And the Hermit is that beautiful capacity to bring divine intelligence into your daily life, into how you are in and how you analyze and you focus and you are here in this world. So this Hermit capacity allows you to finish a cycle, a Saturn lesson where you had connections with people that, made your lion go crazy here. At the end of the month, here you're releasing. You're releasing all of the pains, the hurts you had because of this, that kind of even blocked your view into, I don't want to have another friend or connection that's going to end up being like before, and I don't even see it being possible in front of me either, okay? But you're finally going to release that. Under this Strength and the Two of Cups in reverse, we have the Pope in reverse, the Seven of Cups in reverse, and the Queen of Swords in reverse. So the Queen of Swords is all about how we perceive what is in front of us, okay? So she's arriving here, even though we have the Seven of Cups and the Pope in reverse, you're going to have this kind of no bullshitty attitude, okay? You might be a bit rough on the people around you. You are this month how I think Aquarius will be next month, but or near the end of the month. Here it's like I'm trying to see what is in front of me. Who are you? But I have my sword in front, and my sword is my truth. And if my truth is mixed with all of the old pains and projections of possible hurts because I had it in the past, and my animalistic side, my ego, my lion that wants me to survive is completely in charge now, not my higher self that can see clearly through the cloud and that can apply my spiritual wisdom on what is in front of me, on what do I give credit and not, what do I give truth or not. That is the discernment of Jupiter, but it is in reverse. I'm lost in my projection and I have a sword in front of me. So, and here I have the Ace of Cups in reverse. It's in reverse because like this, it's impossible to grasp an Ace of Cups. So it's like not accessible in the emotional state that you will be in. And so you might be, my beautiful Pisces, not really diplomatic with some of your connections with this. But know that you might be influenced by, it's like if when we live something that is hurtful, and then a year later we live something similar, the first pain piggybacks on the second one if it hasn't been dealt with, and so on and so on and so on. So at one point we arrive at a situation where something happens, and then we have like a trolley of 10 years, 20 years of piggybacked events, and we see it's the same thing. So our reaction and the harshness of our truth will be from that baggage. That's why we have strength in reverse. It's him that is over us in our higher self. So you might be harsh, let's call it like that, under the world, and like finally it brought up all of this, but finally your inner wisdom will be able to clarify it. And here I have conflict, because of course this attitude here at the beginning of the month is going to bring in some conflict. But there you are, Knight of Sword, another not quite diplomatic aspect, but he understands, and his truth is like, I'm not even accepting 1 ounce of bullshit. So we have the no bullshit queen, and we have the Knight of Sword that is going to go and demask this guy completely. So of course after that I'm releasing all that I've been carrying that doesn't even belong to me, or that was just dragging me and preventing me from having great connections maybe. I am releasing this at the end of the month, which is going to allow this kind of contentment and balance, justice in your balance in the relationships. This is unbalanced relationships that make us react. But finally at the end, it's like, I am emotionally content. I am not maybe expecting something that you cannot give. I am full, and now because of that I can experiment balanced relationship. I am done with King of Pentacles in reverse. Here is the Ten of Swords. It's kind of, you get the truth of it, you act upon it, and after you kind of realize how you thought, what you believed, what were the thinking patterns behind creating this. So it's like if you'll act upon it, and then you will understand the power of the beliefs that came with the wounds. Ten of Swords. About King of Pentacles in reverse, about the vision of others in their capacity to engage, to give worth and value, to not abandoned, to invest in you, and you investing in yourself. It's like, at the end of the month, I kind of realize a bit how the dynamic was working because of my beliefs. How I actually went for people that weren't able to give it to me because I wasn't able to give it to me. It's like if the truth of things, and your Ten of Swords arrives after. But since we have justice, it's that clarity is going to be there anyway. Okay, it's like you get the clarity and then you understand the lie you bought. Okay, let's clarify this for you, Pisces. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Help me clarify this reading for Pisces for the month of June 2023. Okay, Two of Cups and the, ooh, yeah, whoops, there it is. Okay, still recording. So there we have the Five of Pentacles, abandonment here. That's why the King of Pentacles is in reverse. And here is the Five of Cups. What are you behind? Two of Wands. You're at a crossroad right now, and it's like if everybody that made you feel not enough, or that you sacrificed yourself for, or everything that has to do with that damn Five of Pentacles, you are reacting, because I think you sense that you're at a crossroad where the new path in your life will not have these kinds of people in it, or you will not entertain this kind of dynamic. And so I think during the month, you start with, I will not have these kinds of people in my life. And at the end of the month, it will be, I understand that everything is a dynamic, and how I manifested that dynamic also. So here, this is kind of part of the process. You're doing that before the other. Let's look at that Queen of Swords with the Seven of Cups. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Lovers in reverse, and that's because in order for the Wheel of Fortune to turn, okay, to change, we need to have the clarity of why it was like that. So this is the principle of, and we have the Lovers here, because the Lovers is that capacity to have the insight, the elevated insight. You know, there's like an angel here that the lady looks at, and then the masculine looks at the lady. And so this is a bit like her connected to the universe, hint the angel, and therefore the way she will act will be from her higher masculine that is inspired by what transpired from the divine, and not the animalistic reactive part. So they are in reverse just because they are blocked, and we know that they are blocked with that Ace of Cups also. As long as you're seeing things from I don't have the power to use my discernment, I can only slash through the cloud into what I project and see will be abandonment, people not being able to be equal in what they give and they receive, and so on. And I'm like cutting heads. So you start by cutting heads, and then you understand it, which will then make the Wheel of Fortune turn. And that's why the Ace of Cups is in reverse. They're just waiting for you to be in that state of being that is able to receive, because there's still too much anxiety. And anxiety, see that Ace of Cup, it's living water and peace and serenity. And in order to receive it, we cannot receive it when we're in anxiety in the night and worry and oh my God, and reacting. Of course, you would think, well, this is when I need it the most. But since we are here to really master and own ourselves, I have to be in the state that is able to actually absorb it. It is mechanic. It is not a white bearded man that says, oh, you need that, Pisces, because you're way out in the shadow here. So I'm going to throw you that light and love because you need it so. No, they're looking at us going and they're like, okay, you have to be in that light to be able to perceive it and grasp it. So that means you need to make that inspired decision for yourself first. That's why you have all these things like help yourself and the sky can help you. It's in that principle because mechanically that's how it functions. And with it, there's not just a Ace of Cup, there's an Ace of Wands also. That new way to do things. That new path of, this is how I'm going to bring my fire now. Let's look at that devil with the world. So it's an old karma here, Pisces. An old karma of the Pope in reverse. And here I have the Eight of Swords in reverse. Where the old beliefs that came with abandonment or not believing you're enough and that created all of these old wounds that are now right in front of you. It was like a mental prison. Eight of Swords is a mental prison because it's like, yes, but. Love exists. I know it is. There are couples with beautiful connections, but my reality is quite the opposite. And I don't think that I have the power, Pope, to apply my spiritual understanding of what a beautiful couple is or a beautiful connection, friendship, interaction is. I don't think I have the power to do it. It's in reverse. And that was your prison. Five of Wands. Queen of Pentacles. Empress in reverse. Emperor. So a readjustment here with the worth, the value, the I'm enough and all of that. Reworking your feminine so that how people act towards you and how you act towards others, how your emperor is and other people's emperors are from I love myself, I respect it, I will honor you, I will be inspired, I will act upon it, I will ruled by Venus, I will be love and love unconditionally, and I will make sure that that's the case. And so I think that, everything that has to do with this, this month, you're kind of going to act upon it. So here, your Knight of Sword. I have the Knight of Cups, Page of Cup, but it's with the Star in reverse. So we haven't yet released the baggage. Okay? So we haven't found our complete faith back. But it's like but this is what I want and I know, and this is going to be my truth. So I'm going to slash what isn't, but I'm still not in the state where I can actually bring the opposite yet. 10 of Wands in reverse. But you will. At one point you are going to, and it's the Hermit. The Hermit makes you do it. It's with the Devil creating the end of a cycle, and then you're going to continue in your Hermit mode, following your inner light, the truth of your soul. It's going to make you release those 10 wands, bring in justice by giving you that extra cup that wasn't accessible at the beginning of the month. Now it is accessible to clear those. This is like, oh, I love myself too much now to be with you, or to endure this kind of connection that is not there. We have to remember that justice is, I'm not dependent on waiting on that distorted cup. Justice rules the house of partnerships, every partnerships, even our partnerships with the divine is a partnership. And it is also ruled by Venus. And Venus can be balanced and fair only when she's exalted in every party, in within me and within the other. Then it is a just, free-flowing, unconditional relationship. If not, if it's lacking in one or the other, and no matter how much somebody gives love or showers love on somebody that doesn't have the receptacle able to receive it, it won't do anything. 10 of Swords. And here, that 10 of Swords is like the realization. And finally, I'm coming back from all of those unbalanced connection. I acknowledge myself. Now I understand the lesson. Very similar to Aquarius here. So for some of you that are like cusp, or that are have their ascendant or Venus in Aquarius or so on, you might have some more information in that reading just that I did. But you're kind of going differently about it. And so maybe a hectic beginning of the month for you, Pisces. But at the end, it's going to be like, I will never live that again. And I know it. Imagine the release of anxiety when you know in your inner self that you will never have a disbalanced relationship. Why? Because your emperor will never allow that to happen. So after that, or this month, maybe try to reverse this. Okay, I'm going to release them, all of those times that I was hurt by this balanced relationship, so that they don't piggyback all on one and another and create harsh beliefs about life, about others, about interactions, and so on. But maybe that's going to happen next month for you. So on this, I'm going to call this rebalancing relationships. So on this, my beautiful Pisces, I am sending you all my love and light. Don't forget the summer solstice, where the sun and the clarity can be there totally. It is the time to, put out there what we want to expand and so on, because the power of the sun will be at its maximum on the 21st, 22nd of June. So anyway, if you want a private reading, there's the description below. There's an email, very easy, not an email, a website. You go on it and it's very easy to book. Thank you for watching, sharing, sorry, commenting, and please subscribe to help grow the channel. Thank you also for the ones of you who gave donations. It helps more than you think. And on the new moons and full moons, I ask the divine to give you back in the way that you need. So on this, namaste, and I'll see you next month. Bye-bye.